Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Nội dung bài học là hoàn thiện các sentence trong các giáo trình destination. Nhờ vào đó, các bạn có thể vừa học từ vựng, ôn ngữ pháp bằng cách nghe và luyện nói shadowing. Nội dung này là nền tảng để hoàn thiện kỹ năng viết và giao tiếp, nên rất quan trọng. Here are the completed sentences for parts B and C based on the image you provided. B. Complete using the verbs in the box. 1. Ignore. If you ignore the doctor's advice, you won't get well. 2. Affect. Drinking a lot of coffee can affect your mood and behavior. 3. Balance. It's difficult to balance a healthy diet with a busy lifestyle. 4. Benefit. I definitely benefit from getting more exercise. 5. Limit. You should limit the amount of chocolate you eat to 1 bar a day. You're eating too much at the moment. 6. Contain. Does this cookery book contain any recipes for vegetarians? C. Complete using a word formed from the letters given. 1. Flu. Sandy hasn't been to school for a week because she's got flu. 2. Vitamin. Fruit contains lots of vitamin C. 3. Operation. If you had to go to hospital to have an operation, would you be scared? 4. Pills. Take one of these pills after every meal for 3 days. 5. Injury. Ben couldn't play football for 2 months because of an injury. 6. Infection. I got some dirt in the cut, and now I've got an infection. 7. Healthy. Becky always looks really healthy. She must get lots of exercise. 8. Treatment. What's the best treatment for a bee sting? 9. Cure. Have doctors finally found a cure for malaria? Here are the completed sentences based on your instructions. D1. It can be difficult to breathe at the top of a very high mountain. 2. I know I should exercise more often, but it's not easy to find the time. 3. It will take you a few weeks to completely recover from your illness. 4. Both my grandparents suffer from arthritis. 5. If you have to cough, please put your hand in front of your mouth. E1. If you work in an office, you spend most of the day sitting down. 2. If you're a teacher, you spend a lot of your time standing up. 3. I fell down over on the way home from school and hurt my knee. 4. My dad has put on 2 kilos since he gave up smoking. 5. Do you think I should cut down on how much sugar I have in tea and coffee? 6. I've got a headache, so I'm going to lie down. 7. My mom has had flu, but she's getting over it now. 8. This chicken smells awful. It must have gone off. F1. I think I've put on weight in the last few months. 2. This milk has gone off. 3. I hope James gets over his illness soon. 4. You should cut down on the amount of chocolate you eat. 5. If you're tired, have a rest on the sofa for half an hour. If you're tired, have a lie down on the sofa for half an hour. Here are the completed sentences based on the image you provided. G. Prepositional phrases. 1. When there's a flu epidemic, old people are particularly at risk. 2. I've put on a lot of weight recently, so I'm thinking of going on a diet. 3. I don't sleep well at night, and I often feel tired during the day. 4. In comparison to most of my friends, I eat very healthy food. 5. I'm thinking of running a marathon, so I'd better get myself in shape. 6. In addition to all the fruit I eat, I also have a vitamin pill once a day. H. Word formation. 1. I've never had a serious medical problem, thank goodness. 2. Toby is thinking of taking up jogging. 3. My mom works in a bakery, so she brings home loads of lovely cakes. 4. We used to have an electric cooker, but now we've got a gas one. 5. It's not very sensible to eat such a large meal just before going to bed. 6. This spoon is bent. I'll get another one. 7. You look thinner. Have you lost weight? 8. It's not Karen's intention to give up eating meat completely. She just wants to eat it less often. 9. Over the last 10 years, there's been a reduction in the number of children being born in this country. 10. I fell over and my knee is still a bit painful, but it's slowly getting better. 11. Harry is quite sensitive, so be careful what you say about his new haircut. 12. I've just bought a new cookery book. It's got some great recipes in it. 13. The injection is quite painless. You won't even feel the needle going in. I. Word patterns. Mr. Grapley loved chocolate. In fact, he was addicted. 1 to chocolate. He ate more than 30 bars of chocolate a day. He had chocolate for breakfast, chocolate for lunch, and chocolate for dinner. But he didn't just eat bars of chocolate. He also made delicious chocolate cakes. If anyone needed a recipe, too, for the best chocolate cake in the world, they went to Mr. Grapely. People loved visiting Mr. Grapely. His whole house smelled of chocolate, and when he had guests, Mr. Grapely made the most amazing meals. He'd combine chocolate with everything. One of his best creations was chicken with chocolate sauce. Everyone was so pleased with this recipe that they built a statue of Mr. Grapely in the town square. One day, however, something terrible happened. Mr. Grapely woke up and went to make himself a cup of hot chocolate. On his way to the kitchen, he passed a mirror. He was covered 6 in with spots. He quickly went to see Dr. Get-Well-Soon. "Oh dear," said Dr. Get-Well-Soon. "I'm afraid I've got some bad news. You've become allergic to chocolate. If you continue to eat chocolate, you'll have these spots." "But that's not possible," shouted Mr. Grapely. "I can't live without chocolate. There must be a cure for this allergy." "No," said Dr. Get-Well-Soon. "I'm afraid there isn't. If you want to recover from this illness, you'll have to stop eating chocolate." "And if I don't stop?" asked Mr. Grapely. "Well, you're not going to die of the allergy to chocolate, but the spots won't go away. It's a straight choice. Spots or no chocolate." Mr. Grapely spent the next 3 days complaining, 11 to everyone, about what Dr. Get-Well-Soon had said. "He's a doctor. He's supposed to cure me." "That's what doctors do," shouted Mr. Grapely to anyone who was listening. Mr. Grapely was just discovering that, in the real world, things don't always happen the way we want them to. But he was determined to fight against the truth for as long as he could.